All right, here we are again. Today we're going to be working on our escapes for wrestling. Again, working with me is my partner, which is Sergio. Sergio's a national caliber wrestler as well. What we're going to be showing you today about escapes is that escapes are one of the most important parts about wrestling. Most people concentrate mostly on your takedowns and your turns, things like that, pinning combinations. But what usually loses matches at the highest level and even at the lowest level is a person can turn you or ride you out and he ends up beating you. So when I show escapes with my basic group, we start with the basic techniques and work our way up to the more sophisticated techniques. Right now, what we're going to work on, the first technique we're going to work on is your basic stand-up. Your basic stand-up without my partner right now basically looks like this. You're in this situation, you're here, you're in all fours, okay, referee's position. Usually what I want to do is I want to make sure that when I do my stand-up, I'm clearing both my arms and my feet, okay, in this position here. I want to make sure I don't leave any gaps here. If I do this, it makes it a lot harder to hit my stand-up. So, how a stand-up looks, first without a partner, is you come up, you block, you're blocking the hand here, and you're coming up, you're hipping out, and turning in. That's your basic stand-up. Sideways, come up, block the arm, come up, hip highest, and then come out. Now, that stand-up looks really easy when there's nobody there, but when the guy's riding you and breaking you down, it becomes a little more sophisticated. Okay, so Sergio's going to do the stand-up. Okay, so, and I'll walk you through the steps. Okay, so you hit the first stand-up. Okay, right there, step one, notice that he grabbed my hand. Okay, you have to control that hand because this hand wants to break you down. So he comes across. Now he finishes the stand-up. He comes up. He gets 2-on-1 in the hand. Okay, so if you notice that he's got two hands on one, and this is very important. Most people think that they're going to just use one hand and put it in the back. It doesn't happen. Okay, he puts my hand in the back pocket. He hip highs and turns out. Okay, one more time. Pay real close attention to how he controls the hands. Okay, he puts that hand in the back pocket. He brings that elbow up and turns in. Go. And turns in. And notice that when he turns in and he's ready to wrestle. He doesn't turn in. He doesn't come up here. Hits that stand up here in this position, turns around and stands straight up. He always turns and comes back ready to wrestle. Okay, one more time. Hand control, come out. Okay, you notice that he came up with the outside leg. You can actually come up with both legs. So, whichever leg you feel more comfortable with, I like to, I'll come up here, I trap inside, and all I do is I come up with my outside leg, or I can come up with my inside leg. It just matters which one is more comfortable to you. Okay? And what side he's on. If he comes on top of me, okay, if I'm going to hit my stand-up, this is the arm that he wants to break down. A lot of times, what's going to happen is, we're in here, they go, ready, wrestle, he breaks me down here. Okay? So, he breaks this arm down to try and take me down. So, that's the arm I have to clear. So, I'm in here, and I bend my arms a little bit. I never keep my arms straight. You always want to bend your arms a little bit. So, you're here, you come up, boom, you block, come up here, push into the guy, and he pushes back into you. That causes you to go up. So, you're here, 2-on-1, hip out, come in, and be ready to wrestle. Okay, so that's your basic stand-up. All right. There are several ways which you'll find out. Some people will do a stand-up from this position. They'll be in here. They'll go ready wrestle. Boom, and they'll come up here. Takes a lot. You have to be very athletic and very flexible to be able to do something like that. And you got to remember all that weight's pushing on top of you. Okay. So your basic stand-up is one where you come up with one leg, coming up here, turning in, push back, and turn away. Okay? So if he's on top of me, Here, I hit my stand up, 2 on 1, and be ready to wrestle. Sideways. Here, 2 on 1, and be ready to wrestle. Okay? Now your stand up is going to be one of the biggest escapes you want to use. Okay? Because that's the one that keeps you out of trouble, you don't expose your back, and all those other things. If you've got a quick stand-up, it's extremely hard to ride you. Okay? All right. Next situation. Your next escape is going to be a basic sit-out. Okay? Your sit-out looks like this. You're here. Remember, I always keep my legs down so the guy can't get them. I'm going to sit out here, sit out. What happens is I take that inside leg out in this position here. Now, you got to be real careful about a sit-out because sit-outs can get you drawn back. So you're here. Now you're going to turn down and turn away. The next move we're going to move into is what we call a roll. Now, there are moves that I would suggest that you practice, and there are moves that I would suggest that you don't practice. However, they are moves. I'm sure there's an individual out there that has gotten away with this a few times. Especially as a beginner, you get away with it once in a while. But I do not recommend this move to be taught to your kids at a young age because it will get you into trouble. And if you try and use it, you may get away with it at the kid level, your first or second match. But after that, eventually, people are going to learn what you're doing, and it's a move that will get you into a lot of trouble. But I have to show it to you anyway because it's part of wrestling. All right? So, the move we're talking about is the side roll. Okay? The side roll looks really neat at first. You think, wow, there's that 5-point move I can get besides a grabby. Okay? So, he's going to go ahead and do the side roll. He's going to come up, grab my arm, and he's going to roll through and come up on top. Okay? One more time. Side roll, you grab the arm, grab the wrist, grab the arm really tight and roll through. Here, grab, and puts me on my back. Okay. Now, when I do that, and he does it, and I don't counter it, I don't go with it or anything like that, it looks really good. And what's happening is a lot of young coaches out there are teaching this move, and they don't realize that this move will get you into a lot of trouble. They were able to do it at a lower level, and so they teach their kids this at the beginning. This is not the type of move you want to teach any kid at the beginning of wrestling because, one, it will expose your own back, okay? So when he goes to do the roll, he goes to roll, and I roll with him. But because he exposed his back first, it puts him in a bad situation. Okay? For example, if he goes to go for the roll, and I see it coming, all I do is let go of the arm, come over the head, hit my half Nelson, and I just let him finish his roll, and now he's pinned. Okay? So, although I show that move, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it, but I will tell you, it's a detrimental move. You don't want to show a kid this at any age. I wouldn't show it. Okay? Like I said, it's out there. There's a lot of people who've shown it, but now as wrestling has become more sophisticated, kids are learning at a much younger age how to counter certain techniques. This is one of those techniques that will get you pinned. So my advice is not to use that. Okay? All right. That concludes the session for our escapes.